screencast on what is demand, which is our next step in putting all sorts of things in a market on axes. Demand is supposed to be for us the relationship between price and desired purchases, holding all their factors constant. Now, parse that for just a little bit here. We are using the word symbol demand in a slightly different way. In the outside world, when someone asks, well, what's demand? You can say, oh, it's like 1,000 plates or something along those lines. When an economist talks about demand, they're talking about not just a single number, but they're talking about a table. And the idea is that if you ask somebody what their demand for corn is, what you're actually asking is, well, if the price of corn is 25 cents an ear, how many ears do you want? 8. If it's 50 cents an ear, how many ears do you want? 3. If it's $1 ear, how many ears do you want? 1. And so for an economist, this demand word symbol refers to that entire list, the relationship between price and how much you want to buy, desired purchases. Now that word I use there, or the phrase desired purchases, is a little bit different from what you'll hear elsewhere. The more common word symbol to use there is quantity demanded, but I find that people often get those confused. Just because you're dealing with demand and quantity demanded, they start to feel that it's almost the same thing. It's not. Basically what happens is that you have this giant demand relationship right here, and if somebody gives you a price, you can bump on over to the relationship, this line, head on down, and what you'll get from each individual price is going to be the quantity demanded, the desired purchases. That's why they're just a little bit different between each other. Now we also have all these other factors being constant, and there's going to be a whole bunch of other things that we're going to discuss that are going to move around that relationship between price and desired purchases, shift it to the left, shift it to the right, change its shape, twist it around a little bit. But those are going to be some things that are going to show up in a slightly different screencast. The other thing I want to emphasize is the shape that's here. In general, you're going to find that there's this inverse relationship, a downward sloping relationship between price and desired purchases. And this is true for a whole lot of goods. You can just go ahead and think about what happens, what you do when this price starts going up. You can think that you'll buy less of it, you'll think that you're less likely to get it, you'll think that you would not get it if the price is too high. And it's a really common relationship between price and desired purchases. The trick is it does not hold absolutely all the time. There are many violations of this downward sloping relationship between price and desired purchases.